For 4 seasons, the murder mystery series Only Murders in the Building has given us some truly one-of-a-kind characters, some of whom I've learned not to get too attached to, because you never know who will be next on the chopping block. One of those poor victims was Bunny Folger, Jane Howdishell, the board president of Only Murders in the Building's Arconia, who sadly met her end in the Season 1 finale. After successfully sniffing out the murderer in Season 1, Only Murders in the Building true crime podcasters Charles, Steve Martin, Oliver, Martin Short, and Mabel, Selena Gomez, have yet another mystery on their hands when Bunny is found dead in her apartment, stabbed by a knitting needle. Her murder is the subject of their investigation in Only Murders in the Building Season 2, and I have to admit, the big reveal of who killed Bunny was one I did not see coming. Poppy White killed Bunny Folger in Only Murders in the Building Season 2. I thought her being Becky Butler was her only secret. It was a shared love for the true crime podcast, All Is Not Okay in Oklahoma, that brought our 3 heroes together in Season 1. Little did they, or the fans, realize that the subject of that podcast was right under their noses. It turns out that Cinder's assistant, Poppy White, was none other than Becky Butler, the woman who went missing in Chickasha, Oklahoma. Fed up with Cinder constantly taking credit for her work, Poppy murdered Bunny and tried to pin it first on the Arconia 3, then on Cinder herself. I consider myself pretty good at sniffing out the killer in most whodunit mysteries, but I have to admit, even I didn't see this coming. I wasn't fooled by Marshall P. Pope's neurotic writer act in Season 4, and I saw Cliff DeMayo's guilt from a mile away in Season 3. And with Amy Ryan the only other big-name star in the Season 1 main cast besides the core 3, I knew her Jan Bellows killed Tim Kono, but I fell for Poppy's innocent act hook, line, and sinker, and when she admitted to being Becky Butler, I figured that was her only big secret. Poppy was the last person I expected to be at the end of all the twists and turns, but when Only Murders in the Building Season 2 finale revealed her true nature, it suddenly made all kinds of sense. Bunny's Only Murders death cuts me the most. Her meanness was armor hiding how lonely she was. To be honest, Bunny Folger's murder in the Season 1 finale wasn't that much of a shock. After all, for most of the series, Bunny presents herself as mean, stingy, and downright unpleasant. Any one of the residents of the Arconia had a reason to want her dead. Yet, tragically, it is often the meanest person who is the most lonely, as we learn in Season 2 when the show reveals Bunny's true nature. I end the episode, The Last Day of Bunny Folger, we got to see a side of the Arconia board president that we never knew existed. On her last day as president, Bunny prepares for her retirement, only to realize that she truly loves her position and cares about the building and its residents. She bonds with Nina, leaves a generous gift for her regular server at the diner, and doesn't stop putting the building first. When she showed up at Charles' door with a bottle of champagne, hoping to make new friends only to have them close the door in her face, my heart broke into a million pieces. Of all the murders on the show so far, Bunny's death hit me the hardest. She distanced herself from others because she had trouble connecting with other people, and because her status as an authority figure intimidated everyone. The poor woman may have had a sour disposition at times, but only because she cared so much about the Arconia. It's a shame that we only saw this side of her when it was too late.